Okay, so you're thinking about opening a fruit and veggie store, bringing that farm fresh goodness right to your community. That's awesome. But in today's world, it takes more than just amazing produce to really thrive, right?
Right.
You've got to be a bit of a digital pro too.
You got it.
And that's where these two guides we're diving into come in.
Yeah.
Tienda de Frutas y Verduras Marketing.pdf. ¿Qué tengo que hacer para abrir mi tienda de frutas y verduras.pdf? They're full of incredible insights to help you stand out, especially in the online world.
Absolutely. And, one thing that both of these guides really emphasize, a strong online presence. It's not optional anymore, it's essential.
Yeah.
In fact, almost 3/4 of shoppers, especially in urban areas, they're way more likely to buy from a store that has a great online experience.
That's huge.
Yeah.
So we're not just talking about throwing together a basic website.
No. We're talking about creating an entire experience online
Okay.
that's just as enticing as walking into a bustling market.
Love it.
And it all starts with really understanding, who is your target audience.
Okay.
Both guides really stress the importance of market research. What are people craving? What do they need? What do they actually want?
Okay, so let's break that down. We're not just selling apples and oranges here. We're selling an experience.
Exactly.
So what kind of fruit veggie haven are we creating?
That's where this idea of finding your niche comes in.
Okay.
Are you the go-to for those exotic fruits that nobody else has?
Ooh.
Are you the organic, locally sourced haven?
Right.
Or maybe you're the secret weapon for those health-conscious restaurants.
Ooh, I like that.
That's where this deep dive into market research pays off.
Right.
Because you're not just competing on price anymore. You're offering something that's unique that a specific group of people really value. And that allows you to charge a premium, boost those profit margins.
And that premium pricing makes a big difference. One of these guides mentioned that specializing could boost profit margins by 10 or 20%.
Absolutely.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it's significant. Plus, it lets you target your marketing more effectively, cater to those specific needs, even build a loyal following.
Okay, so you've nailed down your niche, you understand your ideal customer. Now what?
It's time to build your digital storefront.
Okay.
We're talking about a website, and not just any website.
Right?
This website needs to be as enticing as if they were walking into your store.
Yes.
It needs to make it easy for people to find you, to engage with your brand.
And these guides get into the weeds of what makes a great website, which is really, really helpful.
Yeah, they emphasize things like having a mobile-friendly design.
Important.
Because, let's face it, everyone's on their phones these days. You need those clear and easy-to-navigate product catalogs,
Yeah.
showcasing that amazing produce, and don't forget about including a blog.
A blog for a fruit and veggie store.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's a perfect place to share recipes,
Okay.
tips for choosing the freshest produce,
I love it.
maybe even stories about your local suppliers. You want to
Right.
keep them coming back for more.
And make sure that contact info is very clear.
Yes.
We want those orders rolling in. Speaking of phones, one guide mentioned that over half of local searches happen on mobile. If your site isn't optimized for those smaller screens, you are really missing out.
Yeah, it's like having a beautifully stocked store, but the door's locked.
Exactly.
Accessibility is key.
Accessibility is key.
Okay.
So we've got our digital storefront up and running.
Okay.
What's next on our checklist for digital success?
It's time to harness the power of social media.
Okay.
Platforms like Facebook and Instagram, those are essential
Okay.
for connecting with today's consumer, especially when we're talking about something as visual as fresh produce.
It's time to get social. Facebook and Instagram, they're our new best friends.
Well,
But how do we make them work for a fruit and veggie business?
Visuals.
Okay.
Think vibrant, mouth-watering photos
Yes.
of all your freshest produce.
Okay.
Give people a little peek behind the scenes, maybe show them how you source those amazing goods. Yeah?
Or even a quick recipe reel.
Yes. Because everybody eats with their eyes first, right?
Absolutely.
I love that. And this little nugget from one of the guides really stood out to me. Posts with compelling images get 38% more engagement.
It makes sense when you think about it.
Yeah.
Food is a sensory experience.
Yeah.
And those visuals, those are key to replicating that experience online.
Totally.
It's about sparking that desire, that craving that makes someone say, I need to get my hands on that.
I am already hungry,
Right.
just thinking about it. But posting pretty pictures, that's only one piece of the puzzle, right?
It's right. You don't just want to post and ghost.
Right.
Engage with your audience. Respond to those comments. Run some polls. Answer those questions.
Right.
Make it a two-way conversation. Yeah, nobody wants to show up to a party and it's just crickets.
Exactly. Social media is about building relationships.
Yes.
It's about fostering a sense of community around your brand.
Okay, so we've got the beautiful website. Our social media game is strong.
Yeah.
Now, how do we take those scrollers and turn them into loyal customers?
Okay.
The folks that are coming back week after week for their fresh fruits and veggies.
Right.
It's all about those relationships, making people feel like they're part of something.
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely.
And one of the guides really focused on email marketing.
Yes.
As that kind of personal touch.
It's like you've got a direct line to the people who already love what you do.
Yeah.
Why not share some valuable content? Like those mouth-watering recipes.
Right.
Give them a heads up on like new arrivals, special offers.
Yes. It's like giving your VIPs that behind the scenes access.
Exactly.
Speaking of VIPs, one guide even mentioned how a good loyalty program
Oh, yeah.
could be a game changer.
Absolutely.
Like, those punch cards, buy 10, get one free kind of thing.
Right.
Or maybe something even more creative, especially in the digital space.
It's a great way to encourage that repeat business.
Yes.
Turn those one-time shoppers into diehards. And never underestimate that power of exceptional customer service.
Oh, yeah.
Both online and in person.
So it's not just about the transaction. It's about the connection.
It's about making people feel seen, like they matter.
Yes. 100%. Okay, we've covered a lot of ground here.
We have.
We talked about finding your niche, building a killer online presence, rocking social media, nurturing those relationships.
Yeah, it's important.
But there's one kind of crucial element I feel like we haven't really touched on yet.
Okay.
Data.
Ah.
I know it's important.
It is.
But it also feels kind of intimidating.
Right.
Like I need to be a math whiz to figure it all out.
I hear you. But these guides do a really good job of kind of breaking it down. And trust me, you don't have to be a spreadsheet master to make data work for you. Think of it this way. Data is just information.
Okay.
It's about understanding what's working, what's not working, so you can make smarter decisions for your business.
Okay, so instead of just guessing, we can use the numbers to guide us.
Exactly.
Where do we even begin?
Well, both guides recommend Google Analytics.
Okay.
It's a free tool, and it basically gives you this treasure trove of information about your website traffic.
Okay.
You can see how many people are visiting your site, what pages they're looking at, how long they're staying, even where they're coming from.
So we know what's hot, we know what's not.
Yeah.
We know what products are rock stars and which ones might need a little extra love.
Exactly. And the best part is you can use this information to refine your marketing efforts.
Okay.
So let's say you notice a lot of people are clicking on your blog post about mango salsa.
Right.
Maybe it's time to run a special on mangoes.
Oh, I like it.
Or share more mango-themed content on social.
Yes, exactly. It's like having a team of tiny digital detectives.
That's a good way to put it.
That are working behind the scenes to tell us what our customers really want.
Exactly. And don't forget about those social media analytics.
Oh, right.
Platforms like Facebook and Instagram, they have those built-in dashboards, Facebook Insights, Instagram Analytics, and they give you super valuable insights into how your audience is engaging with your content.
Right.
You can see what posts are getting the most love,
right,
what time of day people are most active.
Okay.
All sorts of juicy information that can help you refine that social media strategy.
Okay, I'm really starting to see how powerful this whole data thing can be. But what are we looking for? Are there any magic numbers that we should be paying attention to?
Yeah, one of the key metrics that both guides emphasize is conversion rate.
Okay.
In the simplest terms, it's how many of those website visitors or social media scrollers are actually making a purchase. So it's not just about getting the eyeballs.
Right.
It's about turning that interest into actual sales.
Exactly.
Which, at the end of the day, that's what it's about.
That's the name of the game.
Yeah.
And don't worry, Google Analytics and those social media dashboards, they make it very easy to track.
Okay, good.
You don't have to, calculate everything by hand or anything like that.
Okay.
And one of the guys even mentioned that, regularly analyzing your data, maybe once a month, making those small adjustments based on those insights, it can lead to up to a 20% increase in operational efficiency.
Wow.
So you're saving time, you're streamlining your efforts, and ultimately boosting that bottom line.
I am all about boosting efficiency. Any other kind of key numbers to keep in mind?
Both guides talk about return on investment, ROI.
Which basically means, making sure that your marketing efforts are actually bringing in more money than you're spending.
Right, because those organic mangoes, they aren't going to pay for themselves.
Not yet.
Not yet. So to recap, we've talked about the market research, building that killer online presence, rocking social media, nurturing those customer relationships.
Yeah.
And now diving into the world of data. Anything major we missed? I think we covered a lot of good stuff.
We did.
But it also feels like, we just dipped our toes in the water.
Right. We just scratched the surface.
Right.
There's always more to learn, especially in the online world, because it changes so fast.
Yeah.
And that's something that both of these guides really emphasized. That importance of adapting to new trends. This industry is constantly evolving.
So you can't just set it and forget it.
Right. You got to stay ahead of the curve.
Got to be ready to shift and experiment, try new things.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Maybe it's incorporating online ordering.
Oh, okay.
For those busy families on the go.
Right.
Or maybe offering personalized subscription boxes.
Oh, I like that.
For those folks who want that curated selection delivered right to their door.
Yes.
Or maybe there's a whole new dietary trend emerging.
Right.
That you can tap into. The possibilities are kind of endless.
That's exciting.
It is exciting. That's what makes it a fun field to be a part of.
So it's not only do you have to be a fruit and veggie expert, you've got to be a tech guru and a trend spotter and a master of customer experience.
It's a lot to juggle.
It is.
But, these guides give you a great roadmap.
Yeah, they do.
For setting yourself up for success.
And speaking of roadmaps, as we wrap up our little deep dive here, there's one final thought-provoking question that I want to leave our listeners with.
Okay.
We've talked about adapting to these new trends, but what does that actually look like?
Yeah.
How can aspiring fruit and veggie vendors, just like yourself, not just keep up, but really stay ahead of that curve?
That's the question, isn't it?
It is.
I think it requires a mindset of continuous learning.
Okay.
A willingness to experiment, maybe even a little bit of fearlessness to try those new things.
I love it.
Imagine partnering with some local farmers.
Okay.
To offer hyper-local produce.
Oh.
Sourced within a super specific radius.
That's cool.
Or what if you experiment with augmented reality to give people those immersive shopping experiences?
It's like they're getting that farm experience right from their phone.
Right.
I love it.
The key is to stay curious, stay engaged, and just never stop exploring those new ways to bring that farm fresh goodness right to your community.
Well said. So there you have it. From storefront to clicks, we explored what it takes to really find that digital success in the world of fruits and veggies.
It's an exciting world out there.
It is. We hope you found this deep dive insightful, inspiring,
absolutely,
and that it maybe sparks some of your own ideas for your entrepreneurial journey.
Keep learning.
Keep learning. Until next time, happy growing, folks, both online and off.